Hello there everybody, how you doing today? This is first of all part of the tournament that I was doing. We are now officially in the semifinals. The semifinals are done and we're moving on to the finals very soon, but I cannot tell you who's going to get there until I show you these games. Basically they recorded for me and they said I could put it on my channel and I'm going to put my own commentary over it, and I think you guys will have a bunch of fun. This is I Suck at Battles versus Pro Borderlands Gamer, which is also known as Probably G. I think I Suck at Battles is also known as Bob Guy. You guys might know him as that. And I'm not that great of a commentator if I'm not playing the game. I really have to let you guys know. I've never really done these types of commentaries, but if you like them, let me know and I'll try and do them maybe more often, or at least especially on the same tournament games that we've been doing. I'd like to do it as well for the finals, and I'd also like to start another tournament fairly soon as well. If we can get that going, I'd just be so unbelievably happy and fun inside. So, hopefully this is good enough quality. I didn't record any of this stuff, so I can't make it any better quality than what it is. It is what it is, and hopefully it's good enough for you. Anyways, if I had to guess who was... By the way, I've never seen these games before, so I'm actually just commentating just right now as we're going and seeing what's going to happen. We have I Suck at Battles going with a boat mortar strategy, and then Probably G going with a kind of weird strategy with a mortar and a ninja. I don't really see ninjas very often in Hydro Dam, but I can see them being fairly effective. When you get a 4-2 ninja, that's going to shoot back ceramics and a bunch of those other balloons back to the front that are actually pretty darn strong, as well as if you get some 3-0 cannons or something, you can make them pretty darn effective right there. And also in the early game, that ninja is actually going to be fairly effective versus some of these stronger balloons, but honestly, it's not as effective as you'd like it to be. As you can plainly tell right now, he's losing versus some regular black balloons. Once you get some Rigo yellows and Rigo blacks and stuff all going at the same time, you can be in for quite a problem. So I Suck at Battles economy is what we're going to be looking at today. I honestly have no idea what Pro Borderlands Gamer is, and I'm not going to do it King of the Hill style where I don't know any of that information because I just don't really care enough to do it. So here he goes. He's going for that gigantic rush, that regrow yellow, or that yellow and regrow black rush, and it did absolutely nothing. And now I see both players with a Ring of Fire. We're getting so intense with the Ring of Fire that, the Ring of Fire is getting so overpowered that people are even finding uses for it on things like Hydro Dam, where it should not be effective at all. Hydro Dam is just like a level where you shouldn't have that at all. Oh no! Let's hope we're not losing connection to these peeps. Come on, come on. Okay, we're back. We're back. So both players at about... Well, I Suck at Battles has a huge advantage as far as lives goes. He's got 135 compared to Pro Borderlands Game. I'm just going to call him Probably G as 87 lives, but that's still not a huge deal when it comes to Hydro Dam. It's all about those gigantic rushes, and both players have been playing fairly well so far. If I had to say who has the advantage right now, I would go I Suck at Battles with the farms right there. The farms are going to be a huge help, because if he can get 2, 3, or even 4 of those farms up, maybe, or at least 3 farms upgraded just a little bit, he's going to have a huge economy advantage for a gigantic rush on 13 or 15 if he does decide to go for it. But at the moment, when you look at it, Rigo Rainbow Rushes could probably do quite a bit of damage to these players. I don't know how well the Ring of Fires will work against these balloons, but it seems like they've played enough where they probably know how to do it. And now you're thinking of a Regrow Ceramic Rush probably getting set up against Pro Borderlands Gamer. Maybe, there it is, some Regrow Ceramics right there. Could it be enough to actually take him down? And oh my god, and the ninja's doing an amazing job of setting the back. He finally got a 4-2 ninja, and that looks like it is going to demolish those Regrow Ceramics. If I Suck at Battles went for a Rigo Rainbow, Rigo Ceramic Rush combined, I think he probably would have won that game. If he just sold his farms, went all out rush, he would have won. But, it's not what happened, and that's okay. You know, he still got an advantage with those farms. He still got a really nice economy, and again, a life advantage. Getting very intense so far. Both players have a mortar for full camo detection on top of that ninja, and a ninja on the left, and a boat on the right. I Suck at Battles going for some early Blade Maelstroms, possibly. He might be getting ready for those guys, just in case he does rush him with a Moab or something like that, and also spamming quite a bit of boats. He's got that 3-2 boat to help out with that Moab Poppin' Power, but is it going to be enough? That's a good question. He's going for a bunch of Regrow Ceramics against him. He got a Ring of Fire up, but is it going to be enough? He's also Blade Maelstroming, and it looks like I Suck at Battles has been defeated for the first game of the series. Nicely played. Second game of the series is going to be on Volcano. I don't know the actual names of these guys, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, both played fairly well, I think. Overall, Probably G just, I think, had a pretty solid attack right there, and surprisingly came through on that game, even though he was down the entire game on lives and everything. So both players going again with a tack shooter cannon strategy, and you can notice the different placements of those tack shooters. Probably G is going for a tack shooter more close to the middle of the map, and then Ice Bucket Battles is going for the Ring of Fire more towards the bottom, which I can only assume they're going to go for a Ring of Fire. What do I think is best? I honestly don't know, but if I had to guess, I would say I would go with probably G's strat right there. I think the Ring of Fire would just be a little bit more effective in that spot. By the way, yeah, just to mention it, Ice Bucket Battles does lose on purpose, so his record is really not like that. He's one of the best players in Bloons Tower Defense battles. He's definitely very, very good. So now you can tell that they both have 2 tack shooters, and Ice Bucket Battles actually surprisingly losing almost no lives, and Pro Borderlands Gamer is losing some. So it looks like Ice Bucket Battles is actually having a better tack shooter spot. Whoa, I would not have thought it. I would not have thought it. So I guess maybe I'll have to change up my strategies a little bit. Why does he say he lost? GG, I lost. Oh, it doesn't mean it's going to go into that late game. 1-1. He better not be giving up. That's just lame. But you definitely have to try. You have to try. Both players obviously know that once you get a Ring of Fire, it's just going to be an economy fest. Just spamming those balloons. Non-stop. Non-stop. And even greens and blues and all that stuff. Yeah, he's like, you can surrender at any time. That would just not work out. So you can tell that probably G's just, he's like, oh man, 22 lives, such a big deal. But it's really not. But now Ice Bucket Battles is just thinking, I have a huge advantage with the lives. Now that I have full lives and this guy doesn't, all I have to do is really survive. So by the time I get to level 12, get a mortar up. By the time I get to level 13, get 2 Ring of Fires. By the time I get to level 18, have some Moab Maulers, and bam, you pretty much can't lose the game. Can't lose the game. But that is hard to do if you want to get enough economy, and sometimes people are just a little bit too greedy with their economy, definitely. As you can tell, Ring of Fire in an actually pretty darn decent spot over there. And it looks like that Ring of Fire is actually in a very good spot. I cannot lie. Very, very nicely done so far. Oh my goodness gracious, what is going to happen next? So there he goes. He's actually going for fairly early mortar. Maybe he's just hoping that he doesn't send out a bunch of yellows and with regrow blacks or something like that, because I have seen those somehow sneak on through the regrow, sneak through a Ring of Fire. As well as you can tell, the Ring of Fire is definitely weaker versus the artificial intelligence balloons. It's good versus the balloons that you sent against him, but it's weaker versus the artificial balloons. So we're already on level 12, and we both players have hammer detection. As far as economy goes, I can only imagine that it's about the same, and probably G is going for a quick camel rush, but absolutely worthless, did no damage to Ice Bucket Battles, and even if it did, he would need to do a whopping 22 lives, which would just be hard to do. So you can tell he's getting ready for a Ring of Fire again, just in case he does try and go for another rush. And he's got a 3-2 or a 3-0 cannon with 2 tack shooters and another Ring of Fire, and it looks like this is getting pretty darn intense. You can tell that probably G is probably saving up for a gigantic rush, but he's still just wasting a lot of his money. I think he's just playing too aggressive right now. That's his main issue. He's thinking, oh, I'm down with lives. I need to play aggressive as crap and just keep rushing and rushing and rushing. When you do that, when you keep playing that aggressive, you're just hurting yourself in the long run. What you need to do is just try and save up for one super unbelievable mega rush and end up overwhelming him. So 2 Ring of Fires versus those Regrow Ceramics, and no balloons get through. Very well played again by Ice Bucket Battles. Wow. Whoa. Was not expecting a Regrow Ceramic, Regrow Rainbow Rush, but when you're facing Ring of Fires and stuff, you probably shouldn't go for those rushes, especially if you know your enemy's going to have quite a bit of money. And as you can tell, Ice Bucket Battles is just planning on surviving. He's already getting his Moab Maulers up. He's not even pretending like he doesn't have enough stuff. And Pro Borderlands Gamer, probably G, is just not so good. He's just not doing so well right now. He's definitely not playing bad, but he's just playing a little too aggressive at the moment. So he's saying he's got about 1,000, and he says 512. He's just completely lying, like a jerk. I don't like when people lie about that stuff. If they don't want to tell you, just say, I don't want to tell you. But I think that's the way you should be playing with it. So he says 512, and he says 1,845, which we both know is just plain not true. As well, he's going with 3 Moab Maulers just to make sure nothing's going to get through. And then you can tell he's got the Monkey Ace. Got the Monkey Ace. So one thing that I have seen quite a few times is actually just basically going for an all-out freaking attack on level 22. If you're down by some lives, save up some money, just get to level 15, 16, don't even get Moab Maulers or anything like that. Send out 1 or 2 Zomai Gods if you can, and then a couple quick, like Moabs or something like that. If you can, don't even regrow them. And then what you're going to force them to do is either buy those Moab Maulers and try and defend to the best of their ability, or try and get the Ground Zero and some Moab Assassins at the exact same time. And level 22 is just an early level for that. You usually just cannot afford Moab Assassins and a Ground Zero, especially because most people are going for economy because they're planning on going late game. So I have definitely seen that quite a few times. As you can tell, though, he's trying to survive with just a Blade Maelstrom on the back, which was a very good idea. And still a very close game, though. I mean, it's not over for Probably G, but he's definitely far behind, and he should not be going for Moab Assassins and all those things. He should just be going for an all-out attack, and here it is. I think he's going for a BFB right now, which, again, I don't think that's what he should be doing. He should be going for basically an all-out attack. Try and win right now, because you are losing, and when you're losing, you don't want to just slowly try and hurt him. 10 lives here and 5 lives there. You just want to kill him all out. That's all you could possibly do. The only thing that you do have to worry about that is if he does have that Ground Zero, and then you send out a 17 BFB rush all at the same exact time, yeah, he's just going to Ground Zero that right away. Sell a couple towers, Ground Zero, boom, you completely lost. So that's kind of the bad news with it. But the good news with it is that, like I said, it's all about the Zomai Gods. You really got to go with those Zomai Gods, and like right away on level 22 before you can save up all this freaking money. So that's one thing that I've noticed. It's like when you're far behind, the best thing you can do is go for that Zomai God rush. And here it is. He's going for a couple of BFBs, and you can tell he's just waiting just a little bit. He's getting his Moab Maulers up. He's even got his Blade Maelstrom back there. Get that really quick and defeat those balloons. And you can tell Probably G is now officially done. He's even losing regular lives now because he doesn't have enough defense. Even trying to buy and rebuy his Blade Maelstrom, but just cannot afford it, and he is taken down. So right now, the series is 1-1. 1 Pro Borderlands Gamer, 1 I Suck at Battles, and now we're going for cards. So on little cards. This is one of those maps where, still again, most people, Ring of Fires, the most OP tower by far in the game, and Probably G already going with a farm in a weird spot. I don't usually go with farms up there. If I was going to go with farms, I'd go with farms on the bottom part where you can get more space out of them or fit more farms in there, and that's just my opinion, though. Maybe he's got something on up his sleeve or something. So we're going with a cannon in the very back there for Probably G again. And he's going with a boomerang in the front. I just don't completely understand this strategy. It's usually the opposite. But, oh, wait. Maybe I understand what he's going for. He's probably going to go for some sort of boomerang on last right there. And you might not think it's going to work, but once you get your 2-3 boomerang up, it'll actually be fairly efficient. You might be losing lives right now, but you're really going for a hardcore all-out rush later on. So there it is. There's the 2-3 boomerang. As you can tell, a very decent spot. Is it better than the other spot? Possibly, because you get two places where you're going to hit these balloons, and you also get to hit them at the very end. But also, that's one issue is the regrow balloons. If you don't pop them by the time they get past you, they're going to regrow back, and you're probably going to lose lives by the time they get there. So I'd have to mess with it a little bit, but at the moment, definitely on a bad spot. Tell I Suck at Battles is definitely ahead with lives again, so you know this game is probably not going to go into the late game like we're probably used to. It's probably going to go to right around 22 or so. They're going to go for all-out rushes at each other and see what the heck happens. Most games, when you get to these, when you play in the tournaments and you're playing best people versus the best people, you barely ever beat somebody on level 13. You barely beat somebody on level 15. You usually beat people within the range of level, I'd say 20 to 35, really. But most of the times, between 20 and 24 is usually your best bet. Sometimes on around 30 when Moabs get full health as well. So as you can tell, I Suck at Battles going with the Ring of Fire again, obviously the most overpowered tower. And I know I say that a lot, but I really feel like Ninja Kiwi should do something about that. It's just too freaking good, in my opinion. I'm not even going to go into all the details about why it's so freaking good. A lot of people tell me, like, no, it's not that good. But I just feel like when you get one tower from round 6 to 12, it just makes the game unfun. And when you got boomerangs already nerfed that much, it's just... So you can tell Probably G's still trying to catch up on farms. He's got a really decent economy, but not that fantastic. And when you got I Suck at Battles going with regular economy, with his in-game balloon economy, this could be a pretty good game right here. You never know. Maybe Probably G's going to go for a gigantic Regrow Rainbow Rush or a gigantic Regrow Rainbow Ceramic Rush on level 13 or 15. But even if he does, 2 Ring of Fires or a Ring of Fire and a Blade Malsham can stop all that rush altogether, and that's all you really need is just 2 little silly tack shooters. It's kind of ridiculous that you can have 2 little silly tack shooters defend a gigantic $15,000 rush, but you can. You can. So there you go. You can tell he's getting ready for that other Ring of Fire just in case he does rush him. And he's again going for a couple, probably G's going for a couple Camo Pinks, trying to get that damage on him, but it's just not worth it. It's not worth it to try and send out that many Camo Pinks to make him go down. So probably G's like, rush me, dude, rush me, I dare you. I'm going to get another 4-2 cannon or something like that. And he's going to go for a quick Rainbow Rush. Oh, there it is. There's the Regrow Ceramics. Is it going to be enough? And it looks like, oh my god, could the Regrow Ceramics go through? Oh, whoa, man. Very ridiculous. He got a Bionic Boomer up to 2-4, and he didn't use the ability in time. He was paying attention too much to those things. And look at this. It's getting intense right now. There's Regrow Ceramics all over the map on both sides, and it looks like, oh my god, could he possibly survive? Probably G has survived that rush with the 2-3, 2-4 Bionic Boomers, and this is just getting more intense every second. But he's down all of his farms, and look at those more Regrow Ceramics coming in against him, and I don't think he's going to survive this one. He is finudoed. I Suck at Battles wins game number 2. So, oh, goodness gracious, guys. By the way, these are not best of 3. They're best of 5, which we're not really used to. You don't just play 3 games anymore, you play 5. And then the finals is actually going to be 7 games. So, probably G was thinking that, be glad it ain't 3-0. See, that's some things that I really don't like when people do. I really don't like when people say things like, I'm so good, you're lucky that you won at least 1 game against me. It's kind of mean to say that. You should just be like, oh, well, you just be nice about it. I don't know. I usually try not. Some people really think I'm really full of myself about this game. I don't think I'm very full of myself about this game. I know I'm not the best player in the entire world. I know I'm not I'm not fan-frickin-tastic. I just think I'm pretty good, and that's why I play this game. I don't play it every second of the day. I don't have 3 accounts. I have 1 account. I have 10,000 battle score. So yeah, I'm a pretty decent player. Again, probably G is going for a lives lost strategy, which is unique and interesting when you go into semifinals versus these things. And the way he's playing, I just feel like he's not playing at his full potential right now. I think he's kind of mad right now. And when you get mad at somebody or mad about the game, and you're already like, dude, I already lost 2 games in a row where I should have probably won, or I messed up and did something stupid. You just try and do stupid things again, and it just usually doesn't work out. You're like, I'm going to do something so crazy that it's going to work, and then it doesn't, because you're playing in semifinals matches versus some of the best people in the entire world at this game. And yes, we are dealing with some of the best people in the world at this game. I know it sounds weird to say that. It is. It is crazy. So we got a couple black balloons coming from each player, but of course they both get the Ring of Fires up. You know, when 2 players do the exact same strategy almost every time, that's what it is. That's what it is. So mixing up your strategies can also confuse your opponent. See, for example, I Suck at Battles knows probably G is probably going to go with farms. That's why he said that. He's like, I know you're going to go with farms, man, because he's probably seen him or played with him on this map before. Me, personally, I try and switch it up. Sometimes I go farms, sometimes I don't, and that kind of messes with people's heads. They're like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't thinking that was going to happen. So again, both players are on low quality because that's what all these players like to do. They like to go on the low quality to give themselves a slight advantage, but realistically the low quality really doesn't affect the game that much anymore. It just makes it a little bit less lag realistically. And also you can fit towers just a little bit closer, which I heard that it makes it a little harder with a kind of recent update where low quality doesn't makes it so you cannot get a huge advantage over people by fitting 7 towers in the same spot that you can usually fit 2 or maybe 3 or something like that, or fit a tower where towers shouldn't even be able to get placed. I feel like that's kind of ridiculous. So again, getting pretty darn intense here. 12, the exact same strategy going on. We got the Mortar, Ring of Fire action, and they're both going to probably get a couple more taxers up pretty soon for that Regrow Rainbow Rush, or possibly getting ready for the Regrow Ceramics that could come on level 15. I Suck at Battles, you can tell he likes to say, I'm going to get a little bit less economy and get a really good defense just in case. He likes to have his money. He likes to have his money saved up, especially when you're versing somebody with farms. He's got all that. He's got 10,000 full dollars over there, plus whatever he has saved up over there, which is probably quite a bit of money. And when you have that much money saved up, you can set out the most gigantic rush in the entire world. So again, I Suck at Battles is going for a Ring of some Regrow Ceramics, but versus Ring of Fires, you cannot do anything versus them, especially with the 3-0 texture right there. And I feel like I Suck at Battles is just he's not really sending out gigantic rushes. He's just kind of seeing if maybe I can kill him with something silly like that, some Rigo Ceramics on level 15. Maybe he won't have enough defense. And there we go. We got a Rigo Ceramic rush against Ice Bucket Battles as well, but no way, that's not going to do anything. He's got 2 3-0 textures with the 3-0 cannon, as well as those mortars. You don't think those mortars is very much popping power, but yes, they are popping power. You got that burning stuff on top of explosions, guys. It's like an extra cannon plus 3 balloon poppages for every single mortar shot from the fire burning stuff. And yes, it is actually called burning stuff. I've had quite a few people tell me like, "Oh, I thought you were just making that name up. You just called it burning stuff just because you could." But no, it is actually called burning stuff. So you can tell Ice Bucket Battles knows he has the advantage again. He knows he has the advantage. So what is he going to do with that? He's going to get an awesome defense. He does not have a good economy, but he has an awesome defense, and he's just going to try and survive with his 800 economy so far. And if I had to guess, probably G's got a massive regrow, or a massive ability to send out a gigantic rush against him. But I don't know if he's going to. I don't know if he's going to, or if he's just going to try and wait it out. Honestly, your best bet is either level 20 or level 22. That's his best bet to rush people right now. He's had out massive BFBs. Ice Bucket Battles does have the plane, though, so just in case it does go late game, he's got that plane for ground zero to defeat a lot of BFBs. So he's moving his mortars around just a little bit for Ice Bucket Battles. Again, Ice Bucket Battles full health right now. Pro Borderlands Gamer only at 113, down just a little bit, and they're going lots of farms. So honestly, I feel like he should sell them right now. He should know that Ice Bucket Battles is not going to have enough for a ground zero, and there it is. He's going for a BFB, but he can't just poke at him every single time. He cannot just send out 1 BFB versus 3 Moab Maulers, and a Blade Maelstrom, and a Ring of Fire, and 2 mortars, and whatever else he could possibly have. You cannot do it like that. Oh, wait, he's going for the ground zero? He is going for the ground zero. I would not expect the ground zero. I would have just expected a quick Blade Maelstrom from him, and I feel like that would have probably been sufficient enough. So anyways, Ice Bucket Battle's kind of defending right now. He's getting a pretty darn crazy defense going. Probably G's economy is at 0 right now. He's going to get a Blade Maelstrom up. It looks like he is probably, and there's the Blade Maelstrom. Got it a little late, and it was enough popping power. He should have got a little bit higher. He should definitely have his attack shooter a little bit higher, but I guess he did in the middle just in case any artificial intelligence balloons do come as well, such as the Moab that comes on level 23 and level 25. Another BFB coming at him, and he's trying to make him spend all his money on abilities, but he has enough money saved up, and it's really not doing anything to him. He's also going for a quick Camel Rush, which is just not a good idea. Again, I think what he's hoping is just for Ice Bucket Battles Micro to just mess up once, and all you need to do is have him mess up the Micro once, and you get some balloons through, and then if you get the advantage, all you have to do is survive. So again, probably G has a very, very sad defense at the moment. It's not good enough. He's only got a few Moab Maulers and a few other things, and he's getting ready for a couple other things that could possibly come out. But I really think he should go for that gigantic rush right now. That's the way I feel like what he should do, but is he going to do it? I don't think so. He has a different gameplay style than me, and of course, that's totally fine to have that. It's just a different way, and I'm just not used to it, and I don't know if I want to do it. So, oh! Ice Bucket Battles just lost another couple lives. But is that going to be enough? No, it's not enough to make him probably G start winning the game at the moment. But if he did, if he made him start winning at the moment... Oh, it looks like Pro Borderlands Gamer did not have enough popping power right there. He's going to get another Blade Maelstrom up, and he's down to 15 lives. What? Down to 15 lives, but he's still alive. He's going for a quick Camo Pink Rush. Oh my goodness gracious, he's going for Camo Pinks. He knows he only has... Oh, he does have both mortars, though. I don't know why he's rushing with Camo Pinks. That was kind of a silly move, in my opinion. But he's trying to kill him. He knows he only has 15 lives left, so it's getting kind of ridiculous. I feel like those Blade Maelstroms should be changed into something else. He does not have enough Moab Maulers. He should just be getting those guys. He should get a regular defense that he doesn't have to keep using abilities non-stop to survive. But it's still a very intense battle right now. And all he needs to do is get a few more balloons through on Ice Bucket Battle's side and just destroy him, but he's out of farms, he's got tax shooters, and he is going to get taken down right now. Oh my goodness. That's all we're going to have for today. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. We had a 3-1 game today, and I guess that's about it. Have a great day.